7 here, and today I'm back with more Amnesia collection. Now, where we left off was the Dark Descent. I don't really remember, even though it was like yesterday, because your boy forget things. Okay, so let's go ahead and just continue. Let's see here. Oh god. So sorry about the Metal Gear Solid part 2. I don't know really what happened. My recording sort of just freaked out on me. But let's go ahead and just continue. Metal Gear Solid will be coming back out. It's just that's the only one that I can actually edit. Horror games I like to keep them playing, so let's not be a baby this time and actually go up there. It's gonna take a while, but yeah. Forgotten all the controls. Hold on. Interact, lean, journal, crouch, jump, lantern, look, movement, rotate, throw, run. Okay. I want to save my the run for later use, just in case. Led me to a room. All right. Just letting you know, I have not played any of this. All I know is that you need like oil or something for your lantern. Anyways, I have no idea what to expect. So, yeah. That's gonna lead me to another part of the game. That's what I know. I've seen Amnesia gameplays, but I've never seen one on the Dark Descent or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and explore this room. I know I'm not supposed to because the door's open, but I'm going to anyways because I may need the supplies. There's nothing in here, so. Is there anything in here? Be of use. And there's a room. Open. Swim dark and forcefully right. Turn on the lights. Okay, okay, hold on, forgot. There we go. So yeah. Still trying to figure out the controls a little bit here. Crystal clear, all is good. Used to keep the lantern flame alive. When it runs out, the lantern can no longer be used. Okay, so no, nothing. Okay. So actually, hold on, what's... No? Okay. Scared me. I don't know why. Now that is a shirt. So let me go ahead and continue down here. So sorry if I'm getting all really quiet on you because you know, I'm like scary for y'all. A fragment of taste of the rose lingered in his mouth. Trust, I have no clue what that says. Delights, he thought. Just like the one consumed or something like that. Okay, what is this?
This is one of the first levels that we created for the game, and it was initially part of the archives level, which we will reach in a bit. Amnesia started out with a pretty different design, and when we redesigned it the maps did not fit. This caused us to split them up and scatter them out. So in the first design, this is one of the first levels that we created for the game, and it was initially part of the archives level, which we will reach in a bit. Amnesia started out with a pretty different design, and when we redesigned it the maps did not fit. This caused us to split them up and scatter them out. So in the first design, after this corridor, the archives level was supposed to follow, and the room lying there now was built much later. In fact, the first designs did not have Daniel waking up with an amnesia at all, and it was actually added later on. In the first story draft, Daniel still had hidden memories, but he was unaware of this at the start of the story. However, as we redesigned things, we found the waking up with amnesia thingy, although a bit cliché, much more fitting.
Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and come on, how come it isn't showing subtitles? I'm gonna leave it at default for right now, just in case. Completing pluses and making progress. Okay, what's happening? Slight headache, okay. Can I... Oh no, I don't yeah, no, we're not going in there. Two things here. Let's see what we're missing. This is also a headache, alright.
Hi there, my name is Luis Rodero. I'm mostly the tool programmer, level scripter at times, and perhaps the main reason why the rest of the core team at Fictional Games is pretty much forced to speak English at our internal meeting, as I am the only non-Swede here. Now, what a Spaniard is doing with a bunch of Swedish guys is a whole different story we won't be discussing today. By the way, I will be talking mostly about tools and scripting. Hope you like it. The editors themselves went through a lot of design changes during the development. Not that many in visual appeal as in internal stuff, like data structures and handling. This happened mostly because at the beginning we only knew the basic stuff that needed to be in them, and as they grew in features and functionality, they started to kind of fall apart, mostly due to my big lack of previous experience in projects like this. Right now, aloud, what the hell still sounds in my head when I look at some parts of the code, but I am still proud of them. They can also get a bit buggy at times, but hopefully this won't happen again in the future. And I already got some nice ideas for the next iteration of the tools.
Okay. Oh, here's my lantern. Got a little bit, so I'm gonna save it. Unless it's gonna give me some oil. Let's save it. So is that where? Oh no, I'm using it. So I guess I need to. Like this. Alright, takes time. Shaking. Ooh, tender. Bam. Anyway, so
Hello everyone, my name is Mikael, and I'm the writer for Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Hello everyone, my name is Mikael, and I'm the writer for Amnesia, The Dark Descent.
Oh, that's legit. Okay.
I think we can all feel the story kick-starting as we finish the letter from Daniel. The game itself is just filled with confusion, and I think we're really doing the player a service keeping it simple in the beginning. Basically try to take your revenge on Alexander, that is the premise of the game. You don't really need to dive any deeper than that, but hoping that the player will care about the story, they have the entire game in front of them to decide if they think killing Alexander is justified or not.
19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there'll be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why. God willing, the name Alexander... What?
No, hold on. Go back. Notes. Daniel, okay. Alright, are you... Oh, it's not gonna read it? Okay. I guess I'll read it then. 19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask you how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can tell you why, but I can't tell you why. But know this, I can't choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in the fact that there is a purpose. What, Ava? Sorry, sister walking. Try to find comfort and strength in the fact that there is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Burning, what does it say? Burning Berg, something like that, still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing, a shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel. Okay. Well, apparently there's a shadow following me. Hopefully that... Yeah, see, it was a wing. Hold on. Press X to move the oil underneath. Oh, okay, so that's how it works. So... how's my head? Slight headache, okay. Hey, go this way. How much oil? Okay. No, I don't think there's any. So where do I go now? I think I have to go back. Oh, you had a tinderbox here. Oh, it's not good. Shut up! I gotta see if there's anything in here. Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, let's go. I gotta conserve my oil. Do I have to go in that room? I really don't want to go in that room. Oh god, okay. Oh. Oh, that's nothing. Head is pounding and hands are shaking. Okay, we need to chill out. Let's go ahead and just go ahead and go. Just need to chill out, bro. Just chill out. Everything's fine. Just chill out. Alright, we're gonna go back in. We need to chill out. Okay, so there's nothing here. Meaning, I'm gonna go back, and I swear if there's something there, I'm gonna be mad. Come on, where do I go now? I just went in that room. How many tinder boxes? Oh, I don't have any more tinder boxes. So what am I supposed to do now? Is there like another way over here? Or what? Okay. What does it want me to do? Legit have no clue what to do. By now I'm not scared anymore. By now I'm just confused. There's nothing over here I can do, is there? No. So... wants me continuously going back and forth. Oh, there are tinder boxes. That's pretty good. Give me the tinder box. Anyways, let's go. Now will it open now that I got the tinder box? Can I leave now? Or what? So confused. How long have I been recording for? Hold on. Let's see, how long have I been recording for? 20 minutes. I guess I can go 10 more minutes. Why not? I'm gonna leave that up there. Or actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna take that down because that's just annoying. I'm gonna set a timer on my phone for 10 more minutes. Advanced settings, display messages. Alright, hold on, let me grab my phone. Where is it? There it is. Okay, hold on. Go home. Come on, there we go. Alright, clock, timer, 10 minutes. Let's go. Start. Alright. Notifications up. Alright. Let's go. And I'm fresh out of working. Do I have to relight like all these friggin' things? Let me see if Mementos has anything. Are Mementos available? Okay, I have one tinderbox. What am I supposed to do? Because now all I'm hearing is just breathing, and that's just getting annoying now. I swear. There's that, but there's really nothing to it. Did I miss something in here? Am I missing something?
I think we can all feel the story kick-starting as we finish the letter from Daniel. The game itself is just filled with confusion, and I think we're really doing the player a service keeping it simple in the beginning. Basically try to take your revenge on Alexander, that is the premise of the game. You don't really need to dive any deeper than that, but hoping that the player will care about the story, they have the entire game in front of them to decide if they think killing Alexander is justified or not.
No, it does not give me anything about what I should do. I might have to look it up on YouTube. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to look it up on YouTube. Give me 1 second. Amnesia, The Dark Descent.
Tinderbox. All right. Dragging. Yeah. God. Funnel.
Oh, there was a lever. There was a lever and I couldn't see it. Okay, hold on. There was a lever. There was a lever over here, I think. Somewhere over here there was a lever, I think. Maybe over here. Yep, right here. Right. Traveling to Devore meant going through Carbonary near Central Berry. He made sure to pay a visit to avoid the sense of guilt connected with neglect of the family. Okay, now that's been taken care of, we can finally progress in the story. Let's go.
Hello, my name is Mark Nikander. I'm a 3D artist and level creator at Fictional Games. I started out as a helper during Penumbra Overture, and I was finally hired as a full-time artist in the later part.
Been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brennenburg.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna continue with this.
Hello, my name is Mark Nikander. I'm a 3D artist and level creator at Fictional Games. I started out as a helper during Penumbra Overture, and I was finally hired as a full-time artist in the later part of Penumbra Black Plague.
Oh. That's nice.
The entrance hall was first shown in our first gameplay trailer, and while the layout hasn't changed much, the details certainly have. We build our levels from sets of pieces, in this case, the custom-based set. While a carefully planned set was easy, the levels became very similar, and we had later the special pieces make up to the earlier levels. An example of this can be seen if you compare the hole in the roof now with the one from the first trailer. The new roof was made in the middle of the project, when we built level 9 Back Hall. A special version was made to give the roof hole in the entrance hall more depth and detail.
Nice. Mementos. Hold on. Let me check my mementos. No. Oh, tinderbox. Hey. Can't pick it up. That is a painting. Can I touch it? No? No, I'm not gonna go through that yet. See, how's my head doing? Crystal clear. Alright, let's go. So I listened to that, I listened to that one, so I'm guessing it's time for this one.
Scattered throughout the game, you can see some signs written in Latin. The reason for using it is that it was considered a language of culture and science, as most treatises in it. As we are dealing with a castle dwelled by a pretty smart guy that has been around since the Renaissance period, Latin all around the place was something we should expect. Being the only guy in the team that had a direct contact with Latin, in high school to be more precise, well, it was kind of logical that any translation to be done would have my name on it. Translating stuff into Latin was kind of strange and fantastic to do. At first I had a classic Latin dictionary, so if I had to translate any modern term, I would have to track its etymology down to the Latin equivalent, or look for a synonym or similar expression that had a direct translation. Then I had the luck to come across some dictionary for modern stuff online that addressed most of this stuff for a huge lot of terms, so it couldn't have come in a better time. Some days I would have Sebastian dropping a list of 9 or so entries to be translated, and before finding this dictionary it was quite a lot of work. On a side note, we even had a choose your Latin poll on a couple entries, just to pick the one that sounded better for everyone. Results were pretty unanimous, by the way. For some final words on this, I must confess that, while I was pretty good at this in high school, that was like 15 years ago, so right now I'm not 100% sure translations are correct at all, but I took the time to make them at least plausible, so my apologies go in advance to any Latin guru up there playing the game, as I myself get on the verge of losing my temper when I see stuff like this obviously made up.
So I'm gonna go up here first. What the heck was that? Hey.
If you haven't followed our development blog back when it started, You might have missed one of the biggest changes in our production pipeline. 2 years back, we started a toolset side project to ease and speed up the creation of content for the game. I'd say the level editor, which is what we, or more specifically Jens, Mark and Marcus, have used to build all the halls and corridors you are walking through right now, is the big start of the pack. Its workings in a nutshell: while all the models and assets are actually made in software like Maya or Blender, everything geometry-wise in the levels is put together in it. Then lighting and sweet details like decals and fog are added in. While this approach might sound simple, really nice stuff can come out from it, as you can see in the game.
Alright guys, well it looks like that's all the time I actually have, because my timer just went off, so I was just waiting until that finished. But anyways, yeah, so I hope you all have a nice day. Like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.